used to be 25, but it's still pretty impactful. You can't lose all your lanes. You can't lose your tier 1s without the ability to take them yourself. And you need to be able to fight around Roche. So like you have to have certain elements of a draft around the 15-minute mark, or you're just going to get blown out because teams are too good now to make those mistakes that allowed the, oh, well, we have an anti-mage, he'll come online, you know, eventually. You're going to lose the game before that. Like we actually just saw Liquid do in the one game they took off Gambit. Oh, you want to go for this OD? You need a while to get online? Well, we're raxing you, so.
We just push we see the Wisp and the Chen band. As
and
we
the Warlock and the Mag.
And on the other side of it, the Magnus and the Warlock band. So we've called all 4.
I guess we're right. Right. All right, I can't say anything more for this draft now. I'm gonna winner.
Well, the Bat band's cool because it means that increases the value of Nature's Prophet quite a bit, and it also removes some of the value of Nyx Assassin. But I would expect that means Puppey wants Prophet if it's left available. I think Naga is another hero we could see in this game. I think that I still think that hero's one of the best 3 carries on the patch, and I think teams deliberately were hiding it in the group stage.
Yes, with the Darkseid during the time, but when you combine him with the Ember Spirit, it's a lot of early damage for his rotations. So it just makes it a little bit safer when he is going to get through the first ban phase.
Oh, Secret also, they do love first picking Shaker, another hero that Bat deals with quite handily. So
you got Shaker, you got Rubik in there for both of the Absol heroes.
Spirit's still there as well.
I wonder if anyone's also gonna be balls enough, like just to get that Morphling in the first phase when AA's in the pool.
The thing is that based on bans, you don't really want to. I wouldn't pick my 4 position here because none of them have been removed thus far.
Hello, early Enigma.
And
Team Secret love to do this when they combo it with the Absol's Enigma, but they then run the Tidehunter as well, so they get this double overlap of the big AoEs.
So do we get a Rubik? No, we get a Nurse Spirit, okay.
Oh. So
I wasn't expecting Earth Spirit though as a returner to that.
It's good. You want to deny it from Secret. I think it's one of the better heroes to pair with an offlane Enigma.
It also felt like they were like, we don't care what you pick. This is what we're going to start with.
Yeah, but this is the thing. This is why you ban the Mag. Because I've seen OG Troll, and I've seen OG Troll with Sep Mag, and it's night and day difference. And it goes from like, okay, I almost always favor OG's draft if they have Magnus, and with this hero naked, it's Troll's a hero concept that really needs some sort of damage, steroid, or amplification to be effective.
You know, this actually just feels like a normal cast when the chat wheel takes over and you can't say anything.
Yeah, you haven't got enough levels, buddy. Work harder.
So they get the Shaman up from Secret. This feels like a lot of strength in the push.
Really?
From Team Secret.
What makes you say that,
Really? Oh, Mass F Wars conversions. The only thing we need right now is a Drow Ranger to back this up, and we're all Gucci for Team Secret.
What was that? A Drow and a Techie?
No techies.
No.
You don't get techies when you've already got Shaman and Enigma. I'm still realistic about techies.
Okay,
I'm not FYing this right now.
It's hard lockdown. It does mean that I feel Secret, they get rid of the Prophet themselves because they don't want to give OG more early game tempo. I think that's when OG is actually the scariest. And you don't want to let them. I've seen them do some weird stuff with like a Vlad's first on Honest Troll, and then they're just ending the game, taking a Rax by 18 minutes. And if you're Secret, you're really susceptible to a Silencer. I think that's got to be their last ban here.
I was actually thinking maybe a Baden, where you're able just to shield and let the Troll go a little bit more aggressive early on. It's one of those heroes that No-Tel started at as well.
It's quite good as well against Rasta, since you can now just you dispel,
break him free,
make your Troll superpower. Also, it means that you're much easily more able to forego the BKB purchase and instead go for just like the Battle Fury Satanic style, because you have that cleanse active.
Seconds.
At least they took out the Morphling. They don't have, well, the Great Stun Lockdown doesn't come until Troll really gets stronger later on.
Yeah.
And they don't have an easy answer to that, unless they want to draft into an Ancient Apparition. But this just saves them from the problem.
It's really cool just to go into the Rasta Enigma combo again. Whenever you pick this big AoE team fighter, right, you want to make sure you have some method of easy and cheap catch, just a ton of lockdown, because it allows your Rasta to play more aggressive. You can go out and try and start fights, find kills, and you have an Enigma in the backline, so you're very hesitant to engage. and deal with this roster, because you always have the threat that a BKB Black Hole could just end the fight for you. You don't want to be caught chasing around the map, hoping for a team fight that OG's never willing to give you as Team Secret. And I love the Pango ban because it deals with Enigma's tempo in the mid-game to early game. You cannot push if a Pango's there with ult prepared, and you crush him in the laning phase thanks to the Swashbuckle.
Yeah. It's actually a good thing to point out, the fact that OG in the last 3 will still need that counter push. And not just something that could mop up a wave, like they need some good range sustained damage that's outside the troll that can get rid of those mass serpent wards.
I think that we might see them go for something like a disruptor. You're not going to be able to
punish the other way.
Yeah, you don't really want 5-on-5s. It's probably better to just capitalize on skirmishing and the ability to find pickoffs, keep Secret kind of chasing you around the map as you accelerate.
It'll be that good early game cancellation of the Black Hole too. Like until it gets a BKB, then you need to get Nag at Incepted then to try and stop it. But it would be a good early option. Make your laning phase a little bit more harassment that can come from you too. The ES will do most of the roaming.
Yeah, this pick kind of determines it for OG, like which direction they'd like to go. I always feel like trying to fight Team Secret early might be a mistake for OG. I think Secret's probably the best. They play the best Dota around like 20-25 minutes when they have all their core items on. They play around their power spikes, I think, better than anybody else, and it's a big part of why they have so much success this year.
But you're taking a lot of time on this last one. I'm wondering what they're thinking of.
Radiant pick.
They ban Mars instead.
No Mars yet on the main stage. Did see it plenty of times during the group stage.
It would make Secret's team fight lineup just impossible to deal with. And it's probably not a hero they understand too well just yet, as it is the first event we've had that pickable. Don't say it's over. Oh.
Hey, I've already said it too many times on this panel. I've used up my cards for this. Until it actually makes sense, I won't say it again. Well, there's the silencer. You were calling it, Kyle.
Man, the fact that it's tough, right? Because you got to ban the Pango for reasons already stated, but silencer's great against heroes like both. Anything with channeling spells.
Yep.
Silencer. Downside is, of course, that if Secret get momentum going, what is this hero actually gonna do? It does remove the BKB Black Holes, like this game-winning move from Secret, but I look at OG right now and I feel like their draft needs a lot of time to come online and actually start dealing damage.
Yeah.
How do you take towers early, right?
Well, do you get then aggressive? Like, the silencer works, like, if you can get involved in some of these earlier kills. Oh, this lone druid is just appearing time and time again today. But with the ES, like a tri-lane with the +1, like, does that even work?
Not the triads, I would say, are heavily favoring Team Secret right now. OG, of course, do have that 22 pick, most likely going for the Seb hero here. But it's very difficult if you pick something like an Abaddon, you don't have the damage output. And
I like this.
It's a steroid for the troll. He needs one.
Yep. And they needed something as well, which isn't just relying on the silencer, having that roar to actually hit the Enigma. It's a good laning phase. And I'm just happy whenever Seb's playing a hero that has a proper stun. It may not be a big AoE, even though you do have the pushback, but it's something that at least allows them to have information around Roshan. It allows them to have information going into the team fights, and maybe even potentially kiting a bit of Team Secret up. So it works. I still want to see how it all ties together with it too.
I think Kunkka could be real nice here for Secret. They go for Tide instead. It's just a 1-to-1 Beastmaster counter, a troll counter, Silencer Earth Spirit, relatively ineffective because he can cleanse the silence. You're not going to be able to kill this Tide unless someone goes Silver Edge before he gets a Ravage off. And again, just look at Secret's team fight in comparison to OG. Like, you're just not going to be able to fight them right now.
Good.
Yeah, this is why Team Secret did it. We'll flag at the very early part. Like, Enigma gets picked up. Know that that's probably not going to be the 3 position. They're going to try and pair it with the Tide Hunter because they can bounce around their big ultimates. It's not just like I blow one and then we have to stop pushing.
Yep. And now it's up to Secret as to what they want to last pick. I feel like it's a mid-1 hero, even though I know he does play the Lone Druid. Feels more suited for Nisha this game. They need some kind of cheap catch. If there were a game for a Quaswex Invoker, this could be it. Do you want some counter? You just need something with lower cooldowns. They ban out the Naga. Interesting.
Yeah.
That would have been like vintage, going all the way back to the play, right? We don't see Naga Tide Enigma many games anymore.
This is a very different era of Dota.
Maybe go for like a Monkey King or something, but I think you just want like a Yul's hero, something that can go like EKB at a point. I like Lina, I like Invoker, some kind of spellcaster. You've got your physical damage, you've got your team fight, you've got your structure damage. You just need something that slays, that can go to these lanes where you already have, you know, a fight dominant and just start something, get a skirmish going. You know, make OG play into your hands.
It's like when you almost look towards the death prophet, then you're almost layering like
too many cooldowns. Yeah, you need something that is not long cooldown dependent. That's why I'm leaning towards Lina, Lesh. Lesh would actually be really cool here, and Invoker.
Last band still with Team Secret though.
And you gotta be afraid, I think, of your Secret, potentially of the Meepo last pick.
That's right.
I would not be surprised to see.
We have to remember the 5th picks.
Yeah, I actually think that OG need that weird hero to finish their lineup. I think Arc Warden, Alk, Meepo, or what they're looking at right now. Secret's going to go for something a bit more standard, but probably just thinking, all right, what win condition could OG take that would really annoy us?
They banned the Zeus and a Terrorblade pickup from Team Secret.
Very interesting. That's another Beastmaster counter, but no. Maybe a Storm? I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, what are you? You got TA, Monkey, and Storm as the highest rated picks.
TA, Monkey are not heroes here, but something... I mean, that makes the Arc Warden better. Right? Just saying, Arc Warden could be insane here for OG. Very weird pick from Secret, though. I'm surprised that they tried to double down. And I was just saying I don't like more long cooldowns. They get another huge one.
They actually go for the Monkey.
All right.
They're probably thinking they also need some clearance for the TB illusions.
And
they're
it's
able to do that from range. Yeah, lane dominator. And the movement ability, like that early rotation of OG to potentially gank hard will also be there for them.
Huh.
Best draft, Kyle?
I'm just afraid, it kind of comes down to like the relationship that Silencer has with this game. If OG get to a point where they're ahead, they've got like Manta, BKB on the Terrorblade, and then that massive team fight, like they're just going to win the game.
Yeah.
If OG wants to take this, I think they're going to have to play faster around the map. They're going to need a significant advantage by the 15-20 minute mark, and they've got to be able to lean on that and their vision advantage and map mobility to kind of choke out Secret. If they don't do that, I think Secret takes this game.
Do you think OG have to basically win in 30 minutes?
Well, they need to have a big advantage. If it's even at 15-20 minutes and like the towers are stable, then I'm giving it to Secret, no problem.
All right, good stuff. Time then, ladies and gentlemen, to get into our second series of the day. OG versus Secret.
We've already had Team Liquid eliminated. Now Team Secret are on the line here, and they've been the most dominant team this deep. It's an OG squad who have been on the rise lately, Blitz.
Yeah, I feel like they're surging in the right direction. They've got Anna back just in perfect time.
Yep.
It's one of the last tournaments where they're going to be able to get good practice in. Yeah, especially against Secret.
And I feel like their lineup enables their kind of playstyle. I mean, we already have the tops and Monkey King, of course, but more like the fact that they've got these low cooldowns, and Secret are definitely exposed in that regard. Very long cooldowns, Tide, Enigma, you've got the Terrorblade there as well. I feel like this could be an OG game where if they just play into their biggest strengths of just kind of like hitting you over and over and over again, they could definitely beat Secret in this first game.
And you've got to be fast in this lineup.
Yeah, Kyle said, what, 15-20 minutes? If they don't have a significant advantage on OG, then it's not looking good. Would you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely. I feel like Secret's draft is very greedy. They have good late game. I think this is a very good ultra late game TB game too. He has distance against the troll. You build items that give you space between. My friend Dodo's here in the crowd. He'd love playing in this TB game. I think it's, once it gets to a certain point, you're going to think to yourself, like, this is a free TB game. But for OG, just put up the pressure, run at them as much as you possibly can, choke out the map, use the Beastmaster to sort of establish that presence.
The smoke up, getting some aggressive vision down there. He may actually try. They really gonna go. They thought about it. Maybe diving for Nisha. That'd be crazy. We're just gonna split the bounty runes here, and we are gonna go for an aggro tri-lane and some aggro chat wheel.
And they tip each other as looks like it's gonna be Seb mid. Want to put the Monkey King against the TB. That pressure early on is.
Oh yeah, he's
They're
actually
going to swap entirely, and they're actually going to move Ana back up here, and they're going to make it so that the Monkey King, of course, is against the Tide. My mistake.
Yeah, that's a great matchup for sure.
Yeah. And they put the Beastmaster against the Lone Druid, which I think is fine for Beastmaster.
Oh yeah, and then the Lone Druid matchup is a lane that you can't actually win that well as Monkey King, right? Because the Lone Druid, the bear, just serves as this kind of barrier between you and the hero.
Plus the fact that you can simply just fear him away when he does get too close. Like you have an instant reset mechanic. Whereas, you know, Lone Druid versus Beastmaster, Beastmaster has the attack speed aura. He can summon his own minions to deal with your bear. It's a more even 2-on-2 at that point.
In the end, he could just keep on farming. Whereas him in the 1v1 against Tidehunter, he would actually suffer against that anchor smash spam.
Yeah, he would straight up lose that matchup. But I do like how OG's doing things. I mean, this is always the idea behind Secret, I think, is that Secret is naturally a greedy team. As Puppey, gonna get gone on, getting quite... Wants to try to trade out with
Gonna get that
No-Tail.
first blood, Ana will. And No-Tail doesn't even die. Really baits Secret out there. I hate to say it's kind of a cool choice too. Goes for the Glides of Wisdom first. All that pure damage actually becoming rather effective, even in harassing the high armor Terrorblade.
Zai in this bottom lane actually doing pretty well, considering I thought this is one of the worst matchups that you can get as No-Tail. The guy who, for me anyways, really popularized just suiciding your deaths away. Loves playing those heroes, loves playing those Baddens. Just gonna trade himself out, no real point being up here. The YapzOr continues to greet it up. This is what you want in the laning phase if you're OG. Good lane matchups, early kills, try to hit them where it hurts. Punish the fact that YapzOr can't make these same rotations without his Helm of Dom.
I think Zai's lane is only going well for like these first 2 levels. I imagine as you start getting more Jingu levels and the Jingu actually starts mattering when it comes to the damage. Because those first couple levels, you always feel like you can kind of fight the Monkey King, even if he does get the stacks up.
You think he should just go for the cut?
Yeah, I think at this point, for sure.
Yeah,
and then
that's
force
exactly
the
what
Monkey
he's
King
for.
just keep tanking the wave.
Radiant
And that's going to be fine for the Monkey King, but Zai, I mean, he just doesn't want to be in a position where he has to one-on-one at this point.
Yeah.
He is past the point where he can fight and where his damage reduction is going to be useful. Meanwhile, up atop, Nisha also not having the easiest time, so inconceivably, they're winning 2 out of 3 lanes and doing very well in this mid one.
Maybe when you're older.
It's already a good start for the OG squad, but of course, Team Secret have that extra position. They've got the 4 Enigma that is just farming up the jungle right now. So even if they do lose their lanes a bit, they always have that extra bit of farm. Nisha, though, can't afford to go down here. They are going to be able to get the shackles onto the troll. Nisha's going to turn around. He knows he's dead. He can't get away from Jerix, but he's just going to lose his captain as well, as it seems. They're just going to dive him underneath this tower. A big win for OG.
-2, and that does matter for this 5-position Shaman. Losing Int early on like this.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have the best pull to work with to begin with. Only 303. He's already lost 4 Int. Has had to buy 2 Ironwood branches. And not the easiest start for them. And this is, I mean, for Secret, you know, no surprise faces here. You have to anticipate, like, this sort of had to be the game plan when you picked this greedy.
Yeah. I love that they actually they got some aggressive vision down and actually blocking one of the camps, because they know that these heroes, Jerix, suiciding to the tier 2, they know these heroes, Terrorblade, Enigma, they're going to utilize the jungle heavily. So if they can start taking some of that away, whether it's taking
Oh,
early
Nisha's
towers. Nisha
really
is
low.
probably going to die here again. They're just going to chase him down. That one last shot for No Tail. Now the shackles doesn't matter as it goes away. Anna just beats Puppy down as well.
That's another 2.
10 intelligence already for No Tail.
Dude, that's pretty massive. As No Tail looks like he wants to die. And in fact, just going to use the dregs of his mana left.
At this point, OG, you thinking about swapping things up? Like you pop the 5-minute shrine and then you just TP the Tidehunter up here. Do you want to TP Troll down to bottom lane?
Yeah. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Why put your Troll in a rough position whatsoever? Like, they're having success in this lane. Just continue to hit back. Follow Nisha around. Make life as miserable as possible for him.
They really got all 4 bounties, huh?
Yeah, and I mean, this Terrorblade, only level 3. Conceivably, if he was like level 5, you can just go jungle. But there's somebody in your jungle already. You have Yapsor that says, like, get out of here. I own this spot.
Yeah. Yapsor is not ready to leave that field just yet. Only has the Arcane Boots. Is going to be working for a fast mech rather than a Helmet Dominator.
And Puppy with 291 mana now.
It cost him 240 for 1 Ether Shock and Shackles, so... Zeb's going to play a little bit of jungle time, leaving that top lane abandoned for now. Monkey King is making his way up there, though.
But every minute that nothing is happening, for Secret, that's, you know, that's breathing room. You're going to take that at this point, because you have to make space for a lot of heroes right now on the map.
Yeah. Zeb going to go for that super fast Vlad's. Not even stopping for Boots. Vlad's and maybe straight into a Medallion of Courage. So he's going to go for the minus armor right away.
I do like that he's not going for the Necro Book. I think it's more important for him to be able to put pressure and enable his other 2 cores.
Yeah.
You're not the hard carry here. Oh, there we go. Damn, that was in unison. That was a well done, crowd.
Oh yeah, UK crowds, man. They don't shirk when it comes to the chance. Zeb. Rooted up. The boar's going to be able to help him out. He's actually forced to use the Primal Roar. Now he's thinking about trying to kill that bear, but it's a little bit too low to fight right now. He doesn't necessarily have to go back to base because of Vlad's. He can maybe lifesteal off of some neutrals before returning to lane. That's precisely what he's going to do thanks to that medium camp that's right next to that mid lane. One of those nice little advantages for Radiant's side. See, surprisingly though, Secret are bringing back the network this time. Oh, he cut the right tree! He found them. They're going to roll on in, trying to stop the Shackles. The Ravage does go down. Now they follow up with the Shackles, making sure this Monkey King can't get off too much. He finally gets off the Boundless Strike. They couldn't actually hit him with the Anchor Smash, and he's going to be able to jump away. They blew so much for that. No Tail dove into mid lane. At least Secret will get that much, and maybe they'll get Jarex as well. He does have a Rolling Boulder, but the Malphite is causing him some issues, and now with the Ether Shock, it'll be finished up. So 2 actually going down from OG. What a disaster it would have been for OG if they had lost the Monkey King as well.
Still, that was probably best case scenario.
Yeah.
You didn't lose your Monkey King, who has quite the lead right now. 3rd in net worth. Plus you got the Ravage used without any objectives being taken.
Radiant's top tower's under attack.
So I obviously thought they'd have enough damage as Mid-One's going to switch into the melee form, get a little bit tankier. Step trying to win the regen battle right now through the Vlads, but the bear hurts.
Radiant's top tower.
Yeah, has managed to push away that bear. And now they can start getting some solid damage on that tier 1 tower. Jarek's even joining here. They're going to TP in the Tidehunter, wanting to really make sure, but actually Seth running into the Enigma, but Nisha's right next to him. They kick off through. Thompson's going to run in, Boundless Strike, finish up that Enigma, and now try and fight underneath the Wukong's command. It's only physical damage, and he's got that extra bit of armor, but he's getting so low that eventually he will fall here. Looks like he just maybe overestimated how much damage they have, thinking that the 12 bonus armor he gets off Wukong's command would allow him to fight longer.
Yeah, it was just more the fact that everyone was there.
Yeah.
Hitting on him, and he didn't really have backup, as No Tail only level 4, no global silence on him or anything. Or Spirit only level 3.
It's funny, Seb was probably thinking the same thing that you were. We got a Tidehunter and Enigma, but you can't both be in the same place. Secret apparently disagreeing.
What a stat. Puppey has so many more wins over No Tail.
Ah, that's including some of the old Fnatic days.
True. Puppey's always had good squads.
Yeah, Puppey has always been like,
Except for maybe like that, what was it, TI6 EG or TI6 Secret Squad.
mid bounties.
You almost had that.
COG managed to grab 4 of them last time, and they seem to be in really good position to be
They're
able to
gonna
get
get it
3
again.
or 4. Anna single-handedly takes all that.
That's
What's
8
going
in a
on?
row.
Secret, how you just give those away?
That's a lot of gold. They would be pretty even in net worth otherwise.
I mean, it's surprising to me that OG, it feels like that they're controlling so much of this game, and yet, like, I just keep watching the network dip back into Secret's favor over time.
Yeah,
I guess
now
because
with the
they
bounty
farm the
race.
jungle so efficiently.
It's just the nature of their lineup, right?
Yeah.
They have an illusion-based hero, one that literally creates money, in the Enigma. And Tidehunter can push out waves very safely. They don't really have the burst on the side of OG, no Silver Edge to break. So Zai's got a relatively free game. And again, with every minute that passes, Secret's lineup gets stronger and stronger. They haven't lost any towers, really.
They're about to start accelerating even faster as mid one finishes up the Hand of Midas.
The best part about this Tide in this game, I think what sort of saves Secret's lineup is that he can't get bursted, so he can just sit there in front of towers. Notice that he always goes into high priority target towers. Like he TP'd mid, which is what started all that.
Right.
Then they just sort of ignore him. They went for Yapsor instead. He TP's top. Seb doesn't really have a place to go. He's sort of just being trailed by this Tidehunter. Plus the Lone Druid's a similar hero. He can just pull back the creep wave using his bear, just reset things, and just buy time right now.
Yeah, that's why OG, despite the fact that they had pretty much a 4 versus 5 for the laning phase and were doing quite well for themselves, they have yet to take a single tier 1.
I mean, it's always so easy to talk about. It's like, oh, well, they're a greedy team. Just sort of punish their greed, but easier said than done.
Hobson's chased away. So what does OG? Do they need to commit more heroes to lane that the Tidehunter's not at and just go for it? Go for a smoke gank, get a kill, push the tower? Do we need to try and wrap on mid one, somehow kill him with your spirit? They do have the Golden Silence available now, so they should have some of the tools at least to kill one of these cores.
And they got Global, they've got Roar, they have good team fight. I think they should look for a fight towards mid lane.
That's where they're headed to with their smoke. They're going to sit behind Seb.
Tower is under attack.
He's going to try and deal with the bear first. Revealing himself to roll on in, but all these secret heroes are here. Jarek's actually dove in really deep, and they're going to pop the Global Silence, but they're still going to be able to get the kill onto the Ear Spirit, and maybe No Tail as well, as he's slowed down by the Gush. Puppey is a bit far away, though.
That was pretty disastrous.
Yeah. And Secret, at that point where they see Global Silence is used, they can just go for it in the mid lane. They can take the mid tower so quickly, thanks to the fact they have a low Druid.
Yeah, they've got Ravage too. This is the opposite of what they wanted to happen. They were hoping to find a pickoff on mid one and taking the mid tower themselves, and instead, Secret, again, it comes down to this Tidehunter and just being able to sit himself in front of lanes. He's like this immovable target that you just can't really go on at this point. OG, they're realizing
Tower's still there.
much more difficult than just simply running at towers.
Yeah,
This is just going to create space for Nisha, who goes down to this bottom lane. I mean, he'll eventually catch up. That's the nature of Terrorblade.
Off of that tower gold, they now have a mech on the Enigma, so our team fight becomes significantly better for Team Secret than it was before. We have yet to see the big impact of Thompson since the last time he just kind of jumped in the middle of all those secret heroes. He's now made a rotation up to top lane.
And Yapsor, he's smoked up. He's going to get spotted here. The ward is laid out. But again, just not easy heroes to go on.
Does manage to get no tail with the ensnare, but Seb and Thompson, they can both go for mid one here potentially. Seb is actually just going to back up with the silencer, but Thompson is fully committed. At the same time, they're going to be able to get the rev and the control with the black hole on top of two of those cores. Now the troll's not going to die right away, but he's been feared up immediately after they managed to chain the CC very nicely to make sure there's no battle trance opportunity. Did you see that? Seb just like, he just backed up with no tail. Meanwhile, the other two cores went in. There just seemed to be a disagreement about what they wanted to do with that fight.
I think that Seb had the right idea there. They're not winning that fight.
Yeah.
You just... Lone Druid is so hard to kill for them. And so is Tidehunter. And as soon as Tide comes up there with his Ravage, you have lost any chance of winning that fight, especially when you don't have Global Silence. Yapzor still has his ultimate. They might even go for Roshan here. They've got Shaman wards. They can continue to just get a gold lead.
All right, well, apparently Team Secret didn't need the 5 and 10 minute bounties, because at 15 minutes, they'll get 3 of them.
Radiant's bottom tower needs a hand.
I see here again. No-Tail's already at half HP.
And it's just, you know, he runs in following Thompson's lead. This is twice now that Thompson's aggression on the Monkey King has come back to bite him.
It's Yapzor's positioning in the team fight. Like, Seb doesn't want to use Roar on him because he knows he has to use it on one of the cores. And so Yapzor just stands there at the bottom. He's like, come in. You're a melee hero. You will get Black Hold with the rest of your team. You're not bursting him.
Every single time Team Secret defends a tower successfully, they in turn manage to take the opposing tower.
It's just a weird position. Because Secret is just letting OG base check into them.
Yeah.
And they're being patient, so they're not wasting time. And they're doing this all without Nisha, who, like I talked about, he was third from the bottom in net worth not even 5 minutes ago, and now he's third overall.
It's definitely very heavily recovered his net worth position.
And if you're OG, the reason why you have to do this is, well, it's sort of like how your lineup works.
Yeah.
You were meant to win these fights early on. You have a Beastmaster as one of your cores, a lot less greedy, doesn't get a Midas or anything like that.
Surrounded here, he has to go for the Primal Roar onto the bear just to make sure he doesn't get ensnared. And it seems like the fights are only going to get harder.
Yeah, I think so too.
Right? Because we're now getting all these various team fight items. First it was Vlad's, then it was the mech. Now I think I saw a Hooded Defiance for Zai, so they're going to be able to catch Seb here with the Serpent Wards. Nobody's around to be able to save him. There is going to be Global Silence actually with the base boots. He doesn't even have to kill the Serpent Wards to get out of that trap, but still, something was forced. OG. They managed to force the Tidehunter rotation. So I was going to ask you, what if they make some sort of feint play where they force Secret to go, oh, they're pushing this tower, let's TB defend, and then they go to the other side of the map.
Yeah, that's one way to do it.
We'll see if it actually works for them, though, because they may not be pushing into a Tidehunter, but they're still a Lone Druid.
This is their old school combo, right? All right, there you guys go.
It's just beautiful.
It really is.
You can tell the players you can hear it, too. 6-7, 4,000 net worth lead just continues to climb for Team Secret.
Remember during it was like TI 6 times, that was like their death lineup. It would be Tide Enigma for Secret.
Yep.
It was when they had like Misery, and he just played Tide every game. It's like that was the combo. Give it to them, you'll lose. And they're bringing it back old school here.
And that was referred to as like this ultimate high ground defense. It was super hard to fight into, even as you got BKBs, like you could still lose fights. And here Team Secret is utilizing that defense and defending tier 1s. So this is like tier 1 is,
Pretty good move if you ask
as
me.
it sounds, it's the first step. OG is supposed to have gotten all the tier 1s by now, and he's supposed to be focusing on tier 2s, get Roshan, then go for the high ground. It feels like their whole entire game plan has been entirely stalled up.
Yeah. The good news for their lineup though is that because, and this sounds weird, but like because Secret has so many cores, it does mean that Ana just, I mean, he's got more to farm, right? That is the upside here, is that unlike Secret, who has to split like the entirety of the jungle and lane creeps, you have Ana who just, he gets all of it.
Everything is Ana's.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I can kind of get behind that.
Dire scanning for enemies.
I don't know if I mean, I guess the problem for me is they have such good counters to the troll, right? All three of their cores counter the troll in some way, right? You've got Tidehunter who's naturally tanky and lowers the troll's damage. You've got this high armor TB who can also pretty easily get his ultimate off with Sunder.
Once he gets BKB, life gets easier because he can't get rooted.
Yeah.
And Puppy just sort of becomes.
Puppy's just gonna run at him.
This is. I feel like I've seen this before.
Again. There goes Global Silence again. Yes, that was deja vu.
This literally looked like a replay. I just saw this exact same sequence of events, and then they all started spamming Seb. Thank you.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
One thing that didn't happen though, last time Team Secret didn't just funnel into the Roshan pit super fast.
That was so weird, right? Like,
yeah, dude. Did he check? He got it! He kicks these out of the pit, snatches up the Aegis. He's very likely going to die here, of course, but that was still sick. He managed somehow to get out of the pit, but that was amazing.
That's the second Aegis steal that we've seen just today alone.
Sai, he knows what you're up to. He knows that you're trying to TP way inside of these trees. And now Anna.
Can he do it? He's really quick.
He is very fast, but where's he really going to go?
Oh, he didn't come down.
Back through, but Yaptor is here. There is also Seb with the Primal Roar, but now it's only Seb. The rest of his team is still a little bit too far away. They're smoking it. Here comes that Wukong's man with a Boundless Strike onto 3, trying to get up the Jingu stacks, get it off the big one. Thompson's actually plenty healthy thanks to lifesteal. Puppy, he's a little bit low, but does manage to get out of the Wukong's man. No-Tail trying to finish him up to make sure there is no disables on top of Thompson, but now the Black Hole gets the bolt, and they will be able to get those disables out to finish off that Monkey King. Instead, slowed down. Jerix tries to come in to bail out his team like he just did inside the Roshan pit, but Team Secret all low, but all alive.
And you saw that mad scramble. They understand there's only one way they can lose that team fight, and they're going to get around on Jerax. He wanted to make it all 5. That's going to be the complete team wipe. Has No-Tail gotten any int since he racked up that 10? No, he is not.
No.
And he bought a very ambitious Null Talisman. My game's great, guys.
Blitz, this is feeling like the antithesis of the Liquid game 2, right? Liquid go through, they're this demolishing force that's taking every single tower. Here it's the opposite. Team Secret's just the unbreakable wall. And the game just becomes more and more one-sided as OG run into that wall, fail to break it, and just make Secret stronger as a result. Oh man, they are all so low, and every single time I can't help but thinking like Thompson, feeling compelled because the way the fight's always breaking out, he has to throw out the Boundless Strike first. Not having it later on to the fight just costs him several kills.
Still see smiles as they're finally going to claim this mid-tier 1 tower. That'll be all the outer tier 1 towers now taken. But we just expected it so much earlier.
Yeah, we see how swiftly the GG bet odds have changed. OG do take that tier 1 tower, and they're pushing kind of for more because they know no Black Hole, no Ravage, and it does have a BKB as well. Thompson tries to jump to the back line, but a blink away from Yaptor. He's able to get a Wukong's man surrounding Puppy. Puppy just going to throw out the Zerker Morts. Immediately there's going to be the Global Silence to make sure there's going to be no Ravages. It just came upside. He's trying to get out of the pit. He does have the Ravage. He wants the float. What was it at the last second? He's just going to be able to get some damage, and they're keeping Anna dead, and he do manage to bring him down. He stays alive, and now look for the chase is Seb. Trying to get away from Puppy. A good kick from the Earth Spirit will slow him down, but Yapstar didn't get hit by that. He's got a Blink Dagger. He's going to spot Seb. Doesn't have the stun up in time, though.
And that half second that Jerax made him stutter step buys him just enough time. And honestly, that was not the worst fight. That was about as good as it gets for OG right there. They forced the buyback. They got a core kill. They did lose their troll in their 10-second BKB, but with the net worth disadvantage that they have, you expect that fight to be a lot more one-sided.
Yeah. I mean, it could have been a little bit better if they had somehow finished off the tide.
Yes.
He doesn't get out the Ravage, then Troll survives. They probably take the tier 2 as a result. I mean, it was so close. Good read on Zod.
It was.
I almost thought that he was just going to be like, oh, this is a lost fight. I don't want to blow Ravage in a lost fight.
No, he was waiting for as long as he could for the troll ult to be off. You saw that? I think Seb roared him as well. They were just trying to keep him locked up because they understood they were conditioned to win in that fight.
Yeah.
Just don't let him ravage.
Radiant's bottom tower must have been dizzy.
Puppy has a Ghost Scepter, but should go down here.
Zai says goodbye. Captain Puppy. CT is away.
Thompson now on a killing spree, and he's done a very admirable job with his net worth too. It's just, I mean, look at the difference between the Enigma 4 position and the Beastmaster who was mid. This is sort of Seb's role in the game though. Like we talked about, his item build was not geared towards splitting the map like we see normal Beastmasters do.
Right.
We saw him earlier in the tournament go for the Necro 3 and just dominate. This time around, he's had to just switch gears and make it so that his troll is protected as much as possible. He's purchased the Vlads, the Solar Crest.
That's been so much of OG's bread and butter is these, you know, these offlaners that can get a bunch of team fight items for OG. He even goes for the Solar Crest to amplify the damage of the Troll or the Monkey King. You see something similar out of Zai here.
The crazy part is I could still sort of see a way in which OG can win.
Yeah. I mean, the Dota Plus odds don't put it too far out there. It's like 85% to the favor of Team Secret.
I say that's about right. You could see the glimmer of how they can win a team fight.
Yeah.
When they properly throw down the global and they're unable to help mid one. There's no 4 staffs or anything yet. What?
Yapsor's building an Octarine core.
Of course.
3rd item.
You'd think he would see that last fight and really wanted to say, hey guys, if I had like 1 4 staff to get out of the Wukong's ult, I probably could have lived.
I'm like thinking about so many like mid-game-ish items that would be good for you. I understand that he doesn't want to go BKB, spacing up against the Silencer, but
yeah, and Beastmaster.
Like a 4 staff would do wonders for you here. They do manage to catch Seb in the mid lane, surrounding him with circle wards. This time around, there is no global silence to use. And indeed,
yes,
Seb is dead. See, those guys, those are the real troopers. The rest of you guys who just kind of...
There's like level 20,000 battle passes out there.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
All right, well, just like last time, we get some sort of pick-off. We're going to go for a tower. They very quickly take it. Now they're ripping apart a tier 3, and he can't actually make it back to the base in time. Puppy and Yapsor, they spotted him thanks to some very aggressive vision they had down. There's going to be the global silence. Anna now going to be forced to pop the battle trance. Is going to be able to turn on the Puppy, gets the Ghost Scepter off, turns on Nisha next. Eventually, that battle trance is going to wear off, and Anna's going to try to get back to the high ground, but he's going to be slowed down by the Ravage. Does have a Ravage ready to go, but he doesn't even need it at this point. So Thompson lets out their Wukong's command. Puppy trying to get it out of it. Zai also, he throws out the Ravage just to be able to kill that Silencer and slow down Thompson, but eventually he will die here. Give it the Jingu stacks to Thompson as well, which will allow Thompson to fight up against mid 1 spare if he wants to.
That's still 2 dead. Yapsor, now there's very little for him to worry about. Still has the black hole as Nisha. Just gonna take the tower with his illusion.
I mean, it's crazy to me that all those abilities were used. They lost their Tidehunter and they thought about just pushing for more objectives after taking a tier 3 to melee racks in mid, take a tier 3 bottom, they can hit Shrine. No, they're not that good.
On the hunt right now.
They're going to be able to catch Puppy.
Nice combo is really anything matters at this point.
Yeah.
OG is far behind enough that you'll take it, and that's going to be a Rax, and the bottom lane opened up as well.
You'll take every little bit that you can get, yes, but how much? How many little bits does OG need to be able to come back into this game?
They would need 2 successful team fights in a row, like big ones, and this might be starting here.
Pick off on Nisha would be massive. Pops the Manta, they need the roar far away. They do manage to get the silence, but no primal roar. Continuing to run out, but that's going to be the opportunity for the Sunder. Thompson, again, just seems to be a little bit of a difference between him and Seb's idea about that fight. I think he thought if he kept running, if TV turned around, he was going to get primal roar before the Sunder went off. Jeez. Or no tell.
It's a butterfly already.
And shot just
the timing.
All right. All right. Well, it couldn't be easier for Secret at this point.
And
with an AC, Solar Crest, there's so much minus armor.
They see it. They know about it.
Yeah, is Anna gonna try and run in there? Tops is gonna jump into the tree. Seb's gonna reveal some heroes. Does manage to get the platform onto the Enigma with the Wukong's command out, and Anna in there with the battle trance as well. Good use of the Thunder from Nisha. Now the black hole. They're all managed to catch 3. They do manage to cancel something, but still, Anna's gonna fall. Tops trying to stay alive inside the pin. Who's grabbed the H's and is gonna be able to come back alive here. But a setup from Team Secret. They're immediately gonna go onto him again, not letting him jump into the trees. He's dead for 100 seconds. And Jerix, who rolled on top of Zai to try and help his carries, he'll die here as well. This is looking grim for OG as Team Secret, given how fast they can take these buildings. 60 seconds on a Troll and 80 seconds on a Monkey King. They could definitely take the Ancient in that short of time.
Yeah, that was the buyback on all these heroes. 17k. The creeps have already taken the mid racks for them. They can march on down towards the bottom one. The good news for OG, if there is any, is that unless Secret decide to go for the throne, they do still have a tier 2 tower up at top. But imagine that Secret, they can just take all the shrines now.
This is the same team that how long was that game? 75 minutes?
Yes.
We had like
versus
4
Alliance.
Aghanim Scepters or something that they took away from Roshan. This is the same team that secured their victory in a way I don't think I've ever seen any team do before. So I'm not surprised they didn't try and go for a fast throne push. 2 lanes of barracks at this game pretty well in the bag. There is the 3rd item, Octarine Core for the App Store's Enigma.
He's going to go for the refresher so that the first time he gets canceled by a global, loads up the second one.
Wouldn't you just get refresher in the first place instead of Octarine?
No, dude. What do you want from me?
Hey, well, now he's got an Arcane Rune as well. Zai's been pinging it out for him.
He wants to try to match up the timing, right?
Yeah.
Just wait.
So is he, if he picks it up right before 32 minutes, are they going to give it to Nisha instead? Okay.
That works.
It probably makes more sense.
Yapster's like, yeah, sure, dude. I'm leaving that for you, no problem.
Definitely didn't want that for myself. Anna, Surfing Ward's out.
Oh,
Thompson kind of jumping in, managed to jump back into the trees right before the
They need to
damage
get
came
out.
down.
Someone's getting rooted.
I mean, Midwan is going to eventually root somebody. Anna pops his BKB. He cannot afford to pop the battle trance, otherwise he'll be pulled back into the danger zone. Yapsor actually...
He didn't have hole, but
Tower's under attack.
no tail.
What a bluff.
Just ran forward and without global, I think you just go for it.
Yeah.
They don't have creeps though.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Does it really matter to this Terrorblade with an Arcane Rune? Any excuse to pop the Metamorphosis? Is there any lane that's going to be pushing in soon?
Dire's middle tower looks to be
It's a
disintegrating.
long time for those creeps that are at the very top part of the map right now, slowly making their way. Coming soon to try and break the backdoor protection. Meanwhile, on the side, OG is trying to, they have to try and get into the backline, right? They have to stop Yapsor now that they don't have a global silence to rely on. Team Secret back up, just playing that high ground area we've seen so many teams do. When they're in control on Dire side, make sure to get the vision on top of the cliff, defend it.
They're looking for it here.
Thompson, he wants a fast pick off on Puppy. Good force stab. Gets out of the Wukong's command. Now Goat Scepter as well. And he then turns around to get some disables off into the back line, though. It's going to be that Earth Spirit just trying to get damage onto the Enigma. He's straight into the black hole. There is going to be the Ravage down. The Fear away. Unable to get off the battle trance. Multiple buybacks coming out from OG now as they're going to be run down by Team Secret one by one. It's going to be No Tail first. Thompson potentially next, or instead they're going to just turn and take Seb into their own hands. And trying to run in for a second. They do have the long jump in from Thompson, who spotted a very low HP Puppy, who's somehow still alive through all this one, but can't get him. And there's nothing they can do at this point. OG just a celebratory black hole from Yapsor, as they know. I mean, Team Secret just hand OG in so many ways this game.
That was so methodical. And it all comes down to the draft where they pick this Tidehunter, this Lone Druid, 2 heroes that they know.
Yep.
Even though they're greedier, you can't really run at them. They'll just sit in front of their towers. They were never able to get that ball rolling where they were able to go tier 1 tower.
It's Radiant's band now. Ten seconds.
The winning run of Team Secret over EG is extended to 7 consecutive matches. Will it be 8? That's the question we're going to ask, because they will then take a 2-0 unassailable lead in the lower bracket and make their way through to the next round. Welcome back to ESL 1 Birmingham. Alongside me, Toby 1 and Kyle to move towards our second draft. A draft, gents, which, you know, when you compare it to the first one, Secret dominated. You know, it was a great draft, great execution, did everything they possibly could. OG have got to come up with something magical for draft number 2.
Yeah, I mean, I said like Puppey. I think Puppey is a better drafter than No-Tail, but I think No-Tail's arguably the best at like breaking the game. You know, finding mechanics within Dota that just seem silly. Already this tournament with the Grimstroke Warlock, right? Going all the way back to their original dominance with Miracle, just like Radiance abuse, heal tank mechanics, you know. They need to find that to beat Secret, because you aren't going to be able to go toe-to-toe with this team and take them down. At least not my opinion.
Yeah, I did feel like this draft was a little bit more reactionary in game one. It's like, well, okay, they got Enigma, what do we get? Okay, let's get Silencer to counter this, but that kind of pigeonholes them into playing a specific way. And they just need to find something else around that. Like, it's not like they should be surprised. Like, it's a Yaps or Enigma. Like, this is going to come.
You can also see the difference in like the way these teams approach the games, where Secret is very much, you know, the sum of our parts. All 5 of us have the ability to impact this game in a large way, not just because we have net worth, but, you know, look at the heroes everyone's playing. Tide, Enigma, Rost is your 3, 4, 5. Comparatively, OG, Beastmaster, Earth Spirit, and Silencer, you're playing around what Ana does, what Thompson does, and you need to enable them to be the superstars. If you're not able, if you can't do that, you're just gonna lose the game, and it feels like you end up in like this 2-on-5 scenario. So I'd like to see them do something a bit differently, and notably, if you check out the match duration, this is the way OG need to be playing. You can't have a troll that's got to go Battle Fury and then a 24-minute BKB. You want to be looking to take racks at that point. Oh, that's when OG wins their games. As these games go later, specifically into the super late, Secret have a massive advantage.
Yeah, likewise. Very short games tend to go the way of the OG. A 14-minute game during the group stages, as well as a 22-minute game in the group stages.
Yeah, it's because they, like, OG are one of those teams that just keep running at you. Like, they keep their momentum up. Like Carl said, like, you need a snowball with, like, and it feels like it's not just like that whole, we have a 2 position in the mid, like, we get a TA that needs to snowball. It's like the entire team actually has that kind of pressure on them to snowball, and that's what makes them such an entertaining team, where the snowball will stop in its tracks, and that's when they need the big AoE stunts and controls coming in from Seb that then enable them to get that momentum back again. But if they lose it, like without that big Seb recovery, and it just doesn't come.
All right, well, we're a couple into the draft already as we join it in the second phase bans. What have you made of that, Carl?
They let Chen through.
They've also let the Magnus.
They let Chen through on purpose, though. I think Lone Druid is one of the best heroes at dealing with Chen. Similar to why Furian's so good against it, because Chen is slow, right? Even with the TPs around the map, you know, you want to go get your creep army, push down a tower. You're gonna have your team with you to do so. A Lone Druid can match your push by himself. In addition, the Radiance at some point makes Chen creeps ineffective, and the AoE fear as well. Just, you know, it's just a good matchup. And then you have the Nisha Morph. Like, this is already, I think, Secret's comfort zone.
Interesting to note too from OG, they had the option to pick the Magnus in the first phase. It wasn't banned out, so they troll, but they don't pick the Magnus. And Secret only have 1 more ban. They still banned out the Zeus, which they decided to ban 6 in the last game. But it's like they're saying, you know what, OG, like, play your comfort. Play your mag in your off lane, let the Chen rotate around if this is what you want.
Yeah, it just... I feel like there's a bit of an over-reliance on this troll right now. I think Secret have a read on that. It's a very BKB-dependent core, and it's very time. You need time to come online. And when you have heroes like Rasta, Tide, Enigma, it becomes very difficult for Ana to play Dota, and we've already discussed how OG have this emphasis on getting him to this hyper super carry level, and Secret are just game planning around that and ensuring he can't fight them when they're collected as 5.
And I'm just hoping OG can find a comfort zone in their draft. They're going to ban the Warlock themselves, take no more risks, because we are looking at more than likely, unless Secret are doing something shady, the 2 cores being picked up 1 and 2 by Secret. So there's no supports being hidden.
Warlock ban coming out from OG.
Can you translate that one, Red?
You just don't want to give it away ever. What I miss?
5 seconds left.
Gully.
All right. Well,
I'm watching the people as much as the draft.
If I'm Secret, I'm probably banning Mag.
Yeah.
But something Puppy has been criticized for his entire career is his reluctance to ban enemies' comfort heroes and picks.
But he did it in the first game.
Correct. Doesn't mean he'll do it again.
So now he gives them the mag to see whether he can beat with it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the typical Puppy style. PPD as well. I really
Partly why they've let them have the Chen as well.
It's something I preferred. Personally, when I was drafting, I felt there was always 2 distinct schools of thought. One in that you can plan around what the enemy is going to pick. The other that, you know, ban out your enemy's favorite heroes. I've always preferred the first. Grimstroke, we saw this synergy yesterday with the E-Blade shotgun from the Morphling. It's kind of busted, and Secret were actually the victims of that, if I'm not mistaken. I remember talking with Mid1 immediately after, and he's just like, yeah, we're just playing, and then all of a sudden Zai's dead. What? You know, it's like 1,800 damage post-reduction. What are you supposed to do?
Find a way around it.
I mean, OG's going to 3rd or 4th pick Mag here. They'll probably take Jarek's hero next, but
yeah,
I would be... I wouldn't bet... I'd put Paul's life savings on Mag being picked up by OG at some point.
Is that because...
Well, it's more than I have.
I don't think, like, how about Paul? We can put Paul's car down. Like, that's...
Well, hold on a minute. If my
don't get him started on his car.
No, but if my life savings are more than yours,
yeah.
How much money did you not win at Hon?
Did I not? What? What was that?
Hey, there was no money in that scene, remember? There was only a basketball court and a fantastic clip around from
You won a lot of Hon competitions, right?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. So how do you not have more life savings than I do?
Well, unfortunately, that game was... Not quite as profitable as Heroes of the Storm, and had the same fate.
Let's come back to Dota where we got interesting things. I'm loving this Grimstroke now combining with Ogre.
Yeah.
Like, this is one of these kind of like soulbind combinations we haven't seen yet.
You know why? Because when Grimstroke ults, you cast a spell on the soulbind, it casts a separate instance. Those can multicast.
Yeah.
Which means you can also, it's just cool.
Yeah.
It's fun. And I also really like Ogre Lone Druid, Ogre Morph. These are 2 heroes that are already so strong. Ogre Lone Druid was a common opener even back in, I think, 2015-16, because you just buff the bear, and the tower's dead. And now if you're OG, it's like, all right, can we afford to pick this Mag? Because we might be getting bowled over very quickly in this game.
I'm very uncertain about this now, like, because, I mean, this isn't room for recovery, because even when you think you're going to have a big team fight, Team Secret can just get that one pick off, and then you're having a battle which is 4v5 or even 3v5 if the Soulbind pick off comes. And they go for a Phantom Lance, looking for easy dispels, at least.
Well,
and
it's
more
also
maneuverability.
that Secret have no real way of dealing with illusions yet, but you know, natural. It's a good matchup against the Lone Druid. But at the same time, you know, once the Radiance is online, where's the damage going to come out from OG? I feel like once again you have these 2 carries that are relatively low damage, especially in the early to mid game, and you don't have a steroid. You're banking, I think, as OG that you're going to be able to utilize this Chen, Sand King, dominate the laning phase, get the early towers, and then be able to plant your PL in the off lane, where he will really not be threatened thus far by anything Secret's picked.
I'm actually wondering how long it takes as well for PL to get like his diffusal up probably first. Like how can he get into the back lines and start to remove a lot of that mana power that needs to come from the supports of Team Secret, because he can be elusive enough to do that. And maybe that's when you finally see Troll Warlord having the space he needs to do his work, as opposed to I'm always chasing, I'm always getting E-bladed, I can't attack. There needs to be 2 targets in the fights. That's where OG gets a lot of their strength, whereas 2 big cores and Team Secret have to decide which one they're going for, unless they can soulbind both of them.
Thing is, doesn't Soulbind prevent PL from doppling? No?
You're more of a pro than I am. I bend to you.
Ban out the CM on Secret. Remember, Secret actually have last pick too. OG got to go for a breather. I mean, the Sand King, I hope is their 4, which means they're going to need a Seb hero here. And I feel like it's got to be Magnus.
But Puppey doesn't really believe that, though. Like, you wouldn't ban the Crystal Maiden.
It's true.
If
Because he
you
wants him
think
to
that's
pick
a
the mag. He wants him to pick the mag. I think that's why they didn't ban it the first round. They didn't ban it in the second phase, and they haven't banned it last either. They literally want them to pick the mag. He wants to play it. He wants to see if they can beat him with it.
Maybe. The Tide's being banned out now, so they're trying to remove at least that big team fight from the back. And Shadow Shaman, it's actually a 3-position SK.
They're not going to pick it.
Or, hear me out, it's a mid-Chen. And an off-lane troll.
You were throwing that one around on day 1 of the group stage, saying this is a possibility. If it happens, then I'm sure Blitz is going to have a lot to break down during the game.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, then hey, it doesn't.
And also, yeah, just to confirm, if you are soulbound as PL to an ally, leash is applied, which does disable doppelgang.
Okay.
Which means it's a very nice tool at, if you can find the real one initially,
Yep.
tough Dota, whoever gets that choice. And it's really all about the lanes now for OG. Their supports are definitely stronger than Secrets in the first 10 minutes. Their lanes are all solo, like they're able to self-sustain, play independently. And Secret, of course, with the Lone Druid Morph, they do need a lot of time to get these heroes online. So now you need some offlaner provides tempo, and there it is. Wow.
First time here on the main stage at ESL 1 Birmingham, we do get a Mars.
It's the exact same story as last game. I like Secret's draft in a game that's even. If OG want to win, they're going to need to have at least 2 extra towers by the 15-minute mark. They're going to need a 4 to 5k gold lead, and they're going to have to throttle out Secret. If the game is even at 15-20 minutes, Secret's going to win this with ease.
Okay.
Wow. It just feels like you're rinsing and repeating the same situation
it's the same
from the first one. But yeah, it's hard to argue with that, but this is OG. If a team is going to gain that momentum in the first 10-15 minutes, it's going to be OG.
The comeback kings. Let's find out whether those comeback kings have got more comeback in them or not, or are Secret cruising into the next round. Let's find out in game number 2.
5 seconds left.
Much to Kyle's dismay, it will not be a mid-Chen and off-lane troll. Sadly, we're just going to play by the book here for OG in this game too, and I feel like they can play by the book, right? They're a strong enough team to be able to take it to Team Secret. We've seen it from them in the previous tournaments. We've seen it from them in the group stage.
I mean, I think so, but the thing about OG is like, they're not, you can't really... Right now, it feels like they want to play that run of Dota.
Yeah.
At TI, we saw them, I mean, against that series against PSG LGD where they went like 80 minutes and Seb was playing Axe and they had that whole back and forth, but it almost reminds me more, when they play like that, it reminds me more like of a Liquid style where they treat Miracle, where they give him the absolute best late game if they can, give him that matchup and hope that he can sort of succeed in that one-to-one, which is also why I think they picked him, they have the PL. They did something similar in the Majors game number 3 sprints, but the one where he fell into the more ended up connecting. They qualify for the major for Epicenter. But I like this lineup a lot better because I think that Chen is inherently just it's a broken hero, right?
Insane hero? Yeah.
There's no way that I can't really mince words in that. You saw in Puppey's interview too that he was like, why are these heroes, why are they a thing?
Oh yeah, he was very adamant about the overpowered nature of these heroes, and this is Puppey what? Because it felt like he was just giving an opportunity for OG to take whatever they wanted. He gave them the Chen first of all, but he also gave them the opportunity at any point to take the Troll Magnus combo if they wanted to have that. OG did not bite.
I mean, that's classic Puppey, right? It's much to the chagrin of some of his fans. It's like, Puppey, do you really need to, you don't need to prove anything, man. Just pick up the W. But and if he can beat Chen at this phase, this would be big for them because OG, I mean, no tails, no slouch with his Chen.
Yeah. And then this would prove that they can let it out potentially against other teams, which gives them a drafting advantage for the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, it's just a little bit scary to do it at like this phase, but they are up a game.
Yeah, they're up a game. They can afford a loss here if they want to go to game 3 to keep things a little bit more hype.
They've got,
I'd appreciate that.
Nisha Morph, who, aside from that one misstep against EG of not building the BKB,
Yep.
for the most part, has looked straight up broken. And I think they have, potentially, I'm starting to think this hero is broke.
Yes. Oh, I'm glad you said it, man. I fully agree.
He is sneakily just going up the ladder for me like crazy.
I felt like he was broken last patch.
Yeah, we're talking about Lone Druid, by the way.
Yes. I too was talking about that. Definitely wasn't talking about Morphling, which you were just referencing about Nisha.
No, I think that I think
Lone Druid's broke?
I'm starting. I already know that Morph's broke.
Okay.
I think that Lone Druid is really moving up there because he doesn't have any terrible matchups. He farms no matter what. He's not fun to gank. He takes early tier 1 towers. He's a good team fighter. He hits this mid-game timing, which is really sick.
Yeah, I don't think he's like that bad when it comes to team fighting, just because of the Savage Roar that they gave him, combined with the other one, the other Roar, when he goes into melee form. Oh,
That's good.
And Mars, a hero upon first release, by the way, which was just straight up broken.
Yeah.
That was the best hero in Dota for a week.
absolutely. And he did receive some nerfs. He received some nerfs to his the shield wall damage. He got a damage nerf, and then maybe something else. Do you think he's actually in an okay place right now? Because teams are not first picking it anymore. We saw it maybe at the start of the group stage, but not so much anymore.
I think he's okay. I feel like on first release, you could have 1,000 HP and at level 7 you were dead. I remember I'd play like Quap against it thinking like, oh, I'll just blink out. I'd have Strength Treads, 2 nulls, and I would just die before I could get wand off. I was like, that's not what Ice Frog meant for this hero to look like. It felt like first release Earth Spirit. I mean, it's always going to look like that, but nowadays, it's just a lot easier to play against the hero. It doesn't feel as broken. You don't just one-shot people. People are a lot smarter now, too. Like, you stand in the center, you stand near trees. If he pins you to a tree instead of the ulti, it sucks, but you're not dying.
Yeah, for sure. It's a big win. So our lanes are going to be set up where we're just going to have Chen trying to bully out this Mars to protect Phantom Lancer's farm. And then our top duel lane is going to be... I feel like I'm casting inside of a jungle right now. Our top lane is going to be the Sand King and Shadow Shaman against the defensive tri-lane of Team Secret.
There's your chant, guys. They do it for much longer, though.
You know what's funny? I was thinking about other chat wheel chants. I'm like, what other good ones are there? And I was like, there's that Roshan one. But what team is like, oh, let's use that one? And then the crowd gets in on it, and you're like, wait,
Secret did it at the end.
Stop.
People do it at the end.
Yeah.
Like
What
PSG
you won the big team fight or something like that? Yeah.
Teams do it at the end. When it's like guaranteed.
Yeah.
No, I think the Seb one might be the best. It's easy for everybody to do.
And some people are able to prove their lung capacity a little bit. What are they saying? William.
What's up?
Disappointed right now, dog. So draft-wise, what are you thinking? Do you feel like OG has a draft advantage this time? Because you seem to like it. I mean, they have the Chen, they've got this this Troll Phantom Lancer, so they do have like really good late game.
And they seem to think that PL is the counter to the Morph.
Yeah.
They've done it multiple times. They have better engage, disengage than they previously did. Because I felt like their last lineup was very all-in. It was pretty much, there was no easy way. Do it up, guys. Again. No?
Crowd's losing. Pause.
Yeah.
Getting back into it soon, I'm sure. Technical issues are not to come too close soon. Phantom Lancer is going to have kind of a tough, like, early to mid game, because they do have some significant AoE, right, with the Grimstroke, as well as the Mars. Grimstroke just getting more damage off of the Stroke of Fate. Mars just has some pretty good AoE with his.
They have good
Dodge
AoE clear right now. Plus, when Lone Druid eventually gets Radiance.
Yep, you're going to have that constant burn. There is the possibility that if the Grimstroke does get Soulbind on the real Phantom Lancer, say, like, we actually get an Ether Lens, we're doing some sort of smoke gank, like, that hard counters Phantom Lancer if you can actually like, leash him to somebody. Because then at that point, he can't use both of his big abilities, right? He can't use his Doppelganger, he also can't use the Phantom Rush. So run around. All his mobility is just totally locked down.
It's going to be just a little bit longer, guys, as quick technical issues.
What are you thinking about the Ogre pickup?
Puppies picked it once
Coming
before.
back. I thought we were, again, we talked about it in this group chat. I thought we were getting greedier with our supports. I thought we were going to go the other direction. Not pick these one-hit wonder supports who just going to do.
I think with how greedy the cores are, it's okay. With how greedy the cores are, it's okay. Plus, like, Bloodlust is, Bloodlust is never bad.
Yeah.
You're never feeling bad about having level 7 Bloodlust.
What did they have when the last time they drafted Ogre? Because I felt like it added a frontliner that they kind of needed. But here in this game, like Mars, Lone Druid, Morphling, these are not heroes that need a frontliner. In fact, they provide a lot of tankiness.
That was the game where I think Yapstor was, or CM.
Yeah.
So, actually, top of my head.
I stumped William.
I'm usually
such
pretty
good memory with this stuff.
Yeah, that's. I know.
That's such garbage.
I can't remember who he was Bloodlust. It had to have been some hero like Troll. Right?
Ooh! Shout out to several people who got back to me. But, shout out in particular to Nomad, who I was wondering what the interaction was with the triple adaptive strike. Obviously, we couldn't really test it out.
Yeah.
It actually does hit both heroes twice.
Oh, okay.
So you go from, before you get the level 25 talent on Morphling, you're just talking about a double shotgun blast. That's a quad blast right there. See, this is what I love about being in the UK crowds. You know how to keep things entertaining. Know how to keep themselves entertained anyway.
Yeah, I'm chill. I'm just letting you guys do stuff.
Getting word it should only be a couple more. Guys, the other sponsors are gonna get jealous.
Are they chanting DHL?
Yes. Like always, man.
Go crazy!
How you been feeling about the tournament as a whole so far?
It's been good.
Yeah.
It's everyone was really nice. You remember? I remember at TI where everyone would always tell me I was like their 8th favorite caster. At least people here like lie better.
True. They always do like second favorite, so it seems like kind of plausible. Like, oh, of course, there's someone ahead of me, but at least they're my second favorite.
I've got imposter syndrome big time. So anytime they tell me I'm like their 8th favorite, I'm like, at least I'm up there.
I'm a top 10, baby.
I was like, who's behind me? Like Kyle? Like, I'll take that.
So do you know what any of the Korean lines are for the chat wheel?
I know Roshan.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for the interpretation on that one, William.
Dude, my Korean's garbage. All the other, what is it? We used to have like the 3 Korean coaches at once. It was like me, Heen, and Sunbi.
Yeah.
Mine was terrible. Because you can instantly tell that I'm not from Korea.
Like when you talk to other Koreans, they're just like
They always know instantly.
they know.
It's not even close. I mean, when we lived in Korea for Zephyr, Aosin, I think, ended up speaking it better than I did. He learned how to read the language and everything.
And you just learned nothing during. How long were you there?
We were there for a year. Purge came in, I want to say, just right after Christmas and New Year's. My boy Purge Gamers. Or no, he came before Christmas. That was a good Christmas present.
It's a Christmas miracle.
Yeah, shout out to Purge. You guys always go wild for him. It's really cool.
Weatherman Purge.
I know you appreciate it a lot.
It doesn't matter where we are in the world. The reaction when we see Weatherman Purge is always the same. And then you were in Germany for how many years? 2?
2 years, yeah.
You learned 0 German.
Nope.
I know that. All right, guys, we've gone from one small issue to another. Now we have a sound issue. Things should be clearing up here quickly. And we'll get back into our hype series, which honestly was not the hypest game one, just because Secret shut out OG so hard. Like as soon as the OG went for the second time around, they tried to push a tower and just utterly denied. You could kind of feel where it was going.
Yeah, I think this game
is just gonna get hard.
Is a lot better. That was nice.
Do you think this game is harder?
Oh, I think this... Oh, we're getting back into the game. Nice.
Nice. All right. Game 2, OG versus Secret is underway, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get back into it. Right away, we're going to have a little bit of action here. The Inkswell only momentarily stunning here on Seb. He actually has not leveled anything just yet. Just in case he does need the Bro Strike, he pops it now, but does actually stun up Puppy.
He thought about it, but you would die.
You would definitely die.
Level 1 stun is not as good as you think it's going to be.
Yeah. That means he now doesn't have Sandstorm for this laning phase, which is kind of what he needs. So hopefully he'll get the levels.
I'll say the big difference in last game and this game is they don't have to use these high cooldown ultis to commit to fights. Because in the previous game, they didn't really have the best disables without having these 90-second cooldown ultis being committed. This time around, they've got the playmakers.
Yeah, they've just got Blink Burrow at any point in time. You can start a fight very casually.
Jerax who can go in. You have Chen creeps. You have things that can actually do stuff this time around. Last game, those lineups you can execute. Don't get me wrong, but it means that you can't really. There's no room for error. Of course, in Dota, there's error everywhere.
What are the big advantages from Chen? We kind of talked about last game how OG needed to switch it up a little bit, maybe try and force Secret up to top lane before going bottom. Oh. Nice pick off on the courier by Puppy. That's really gonna hurt that mid matchup.
Zai, I mean he's poking.
Trying to do some work.
Puppy.
All right, trying to time the Burrow Strike to get out of the Inkswell. Still managed to get hit there.
Seb, just gonna reset a little bit. Nice. The creep wave was pulled over. Finally give them some XP in this top lane. Honestly, more having an okay time, but Sand King isn't doing that bad.
The double Stout Shield plus double Stout Shield plus Bulwark. He takes a very different approach to many of the other Marses we've seen who go 3-2-0 in their laning phase, get Bulwark afterwards. He's just all about the tankiness here. Fortunately, he's got to head back to base. Our mid lane matchup, the Troll 18-2 compared to the 16-1 of the Lone Druid. So it seems to be going pretty even.
This top lane, though, is going, despite the fact that they're straight up tri-laning.
Should they try dual laning now?
I don't know, because Seb's still level 3. It's not like his XP's been...
Nice two-man burrow, but they're going to be able to get on top of Jerax here. with the Inkswell popping. Jerix turns around, tries to get some damage on the YapzOr. He does some, but still gives up the first blood.
You might just pop Mango and go, but it's better of it. And that death only happens because they got aggressive.
Yeah.
They were fine otherwise in this lane, I think.
Yeah, they're doing pretty well for themselves.
And when it came to pure levels, I was behind.
Oh, pulling in Jerix. Hoping that he would be able to get the shackles on his eye. Maybe they can get an early kill. But he's got double Stout Shield. Now he's got a Ring of Protection. Because he knows all the damage that's flowing at him, at least before the Shadow Shaman was here. It was all physical. But Seb's, apparently they feel like he's got the levels that he'll be okay for now. Level 4 with 2 levels of Burrow Strike, that's enough to get away from the Inkswell and then get a little Sandstorm now.
It's mid matchup going decently in favor of Thompson right now. Troll's probably one of the few heroes that doesn't care that much about the Lone Druid there. You have high armor, you have the miss percentage chance obviously when you whirling axes.
Jerix coming in, hopping in with the double damage. Zai's not able to secure those bounty runes. That should be, oh, that's only 2 for 2.
Puppey is hanging around mid right now. Make the long trek all the way around as...
I mean, ganking with Ignite, I'm not sure how powerful that's going to be. Maybe he's just going to try and get vision down. Wonder why he feels it's so important to get vision on this bottom half of the map.
Probably just see the Chen rotation. I'd imagine if they try to smoke into the jungle, for example,
yeah,
they probably won't be that careful when you get onto the low ground, which is why I also think he smoked himself, so they're unaware of where the vision could be.
Could be that big wraparound behind the Lone Druid. Staying pretty calm top lane. Sand King gets very, very low, but
Happy doesn't want to...
that last stroke of fate. At some point, he's going to have to poke his head out and Burrow Strike away. May not even be able to stick it out for the creep wave. And he doesn't have a shrine available either. YapzOr is not actually sure where he went to. Look at this, Jerix. Fear goes out, but they don't get any damage on him, so Chen is able to pull him away to safety. Well played by Jerix. Just a slight misstep there from Zai. He just could have gotten any damage whatsoever.
Still only level 3 right now is Jerix.
Oh, trying to get him with the spear actually misses, and Jerix holds the shackles onto Zai. Ensuring the kill there. YapzOr and Puppey both made their way down here to try and stop this Chen push, but not their core of Mars. He is going to be up in just 1 second's time, so we'll still have a potential for a 3 versus 3. Not too much damage has been done to the tower just yet.
Finally going to hit level 4, but still not having the best of times right now on this Mars. And the team fight ability of this hero is still very good. Plus, he can catch up quite nicely, but
they're going to turn it on to the Marfling. They managed to get him before he can go into more strength, but is it going to be enough? It's not. He waveforms a slight distance, not sure where that was headed.
That was so short.
It's going to be very difficult for them to kill the Morphling after he's already...
I think it's more just about the harass, though.
Yeah.
Keep him in check right now. Gonna go for it again, and Seb does have the stun, but doesn't think it'll lead to anything, and he would be absolutely correct.
Oh, bottom lane almost gets him, does. Zai ends up falling. The 2 supports couldn't really do anything in time. The Inkswell is going to go off onto the Phantom Lancer here. They do have the Phantom to brace on the real one. It's going to go back to him. YapzOr turns around, just kills him. Anna thought that he was powerful enough to fight in a 2 versus 1 after killing Zai, but not the case at all.
And Courier once again being sniped out. Best situation for OG. 2-2. Still a big of a lead, just because their other 2 cores are still getting pretty good farm. Plus the Sand King's got near the Morphling CS. As soon as the supports left this lane, Seb feels fine.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
How is it that like OG still drafted kind of greedy, I would say, with having Troll and Phantom Monster on the same team?
Yeah.
What's the difference here between game 1 and game 2 against a lone druid? Why aren't they just getting run over again?
OG? Because I think they have a Sand King, which it serves like sort of a similar purpose to the Tidehunter, in the sense that like you can't really shut this hero out. That's the best part about him as a hero. Like you see this Mars, he's level 4, he can't really get anything. He's got 15 CS. He's not going to be active on the map. Whereas No-Tail might go down here, real low here. He's going to get
Standing
speared
back to the tree, doesn't actually pin him, but it'll still be enough distance. Bazai may still be run down here. Good stroke of fade out from Yapzor, who's got that at level 3 now.
But yeah, the Sand King, that'll make the big difference for them.
Yeah, we did say he was probably one of the best tower defenders with his. Oh, Anna!
If he gets pinned there, he's dead.
Yeah, 100%. Because then the Phantom lands on him. He's going to be silenced, even if he is able to live long enough through the stun. Jarek showing up now, trying to turn, but Yapzor, he sees this as an opportunity. They're all so tanky, they can just kind of run at these heroes, and the spear does successfully land on the Phantom Monster with a short fade onto Anna. He's already taken so much damage, he's going to try and run away with Phantom Rush. Really good use of that one. Yapzor will be dying as Chen makes his way over here. Anna survives. 10-minute bounty runes are coming up. There's here! Anna! How did you just try and do that right in front of Zai? A double kill for him, but he's probably going to fall as the Centaur stun will make sure that No-Tail gets a double kill in return.
That was beyond greedy. That was maybe the greediest thing I've seen at this tournament. It's daytime, you're on the low ground.
Like, just go up to the high ground.
But even then, they had a ward there. Like,
Yeah.
just run away.
Just run.
Just run. I mean, Zai's game was pretty miserable, and now it's like sort of okay because of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And your game will start changing even more as he gets his level 6.
He had such a nice move too.
Where that Phantom Rush onto the neutral creep, getting him away, but he thought like, oh, it was nighttime at the time.
How does that even work?
Maybe I'll be able to sneak it in. Not the case here. The Chen was the recipient of that double kill. Would be a nice pickup, but unable to do so. And they do have a good counter to that Inkswell, but there is going to be the arena laid out while they finish up the Ogre Magi. Yes, the two supports are stuck here as Nisha makes his rotation over, and they're going to be able to catch Anna as well. It seems they got a successful spear back underneath the tier 1 tower area. What a great combo there. Just kind of baiting OG in and then trapping them with the arena. So Nisha has plenty of time to bring down all 3 OG heroes.
Now he's just died twice in a row after having more or less free farm. I mean, his supports are dedicated to helping his game out. He was untouched. Zai's game was pretty much ruined as they're going to make a go onto him.
Epicenter with the lasso fall wake on. Zai is definitely going to be dying here, but Seb's kind of stuck as well. They do have the Serpent Wards on top of Mid-One, who's in range for him right now. So he's kind of twisty with a Burrow Strike. They might be able to finish him off. They will. Now the jump forward from Anna as well to try and finish up this Grim Stroke. Yapzor gets the explosion onto Jarek. Trying to get No-Tail as well. Fortunately, No-Tail sidesteps that, but the Urn, it will take him out. Yeah.
Just a greedy TP from Mid-One. He TP'd into the middle of all the wards.
Yeah.
Didn't cancel it even after his Mars had died. And it just sort of pinned him down.
Everyone's being so greedy. I'm not entirely sure why. Tome given to the Phantom Lancer. I think that might have been No-Tail, because there's no doubt for me that Jarek's, like, he takes the Tome every single time. So it's probably No-Tail's. He's like, I've already got my level 6. Do I really need more levels? Better that our core has a better game.
I think this is how OG want to play Dota in general. Give Seb a playmaker, and then pick this like greedier 1-2 combo. Because you do have a very good 1-2 combo in Thompson and Nana.
Yep.
High mechanical skill. Because they play so YOLO, they need items. They are not underfarmed, underleveled sort of fighters.
No. They certainly need to have an advantage over the enemy. That way they can do the 1v2, 1v3 plays.
Yeah, like Anna for me, he loves doing that, right? The go in when you probably shouldn't and somehow sort of just like bail yourself out.
I mean, we saw Thompson playing that Monkey King last game. He was always jumping into fights that turns out he was not strong enough to take.
Dyer's bottom tower's getting
This time though, much cleaner game overall for OG. They are down 8-10, but I mean, considering what last game looked like, they actually took a tower like pre 15 minutes this time around without getting completely team wiped for it. Still advantage, I'd say, minor advantage for Secret.
Center trying to go for the fast kill on the Puppy and then push that mid-tier 1 tower, but you can see Secret are going to respond here with a Soulbind, Phantom Embrace onto the two of them. They're going to try and get the double adaptive strike with a double burrow strike actually from mid 1. Really beautiful play that actually stuns up Thompson as well, gets them stuck inside the arena as a result, and now they're just going to run down heroes as the Bear chasing No Tail away. They're not going to go for Anna, but they will take the free captain of OG, and they can turn around and finish up that tier 1 tower at their leisure.
Nisha
Maybe fortify their structures.
owns that fight.
So sick. I was just thinking double adaptive strike, but he's like, nah, burst strike.
Stun them both. And they're going to get the mid tower for that. And it's that sort of like, I don't know how best to describe it, like passive aggressive. They let you try to come in.
Yeah.
OG's thinking to themselves, we'll grab a tier 1 tower after this kill. The mid tower is very important. And instead, Secret just there half a beat sooner.
I mean, they very clearly had a setup in mind with Yapsor sitting in the trees there, and I'm sure Puppy was just yelling at his team like, they just committed a heavy blink epicenter on an Ogre. Like, what do I care about this? You guys should definitely fight them right now. As long as you can catch them, as long as you can stall them up long enough for Nisha to complete his TP, it's going to be a free win, and sure enough, it was.
Nisha was so quick about that.
Yeah.
Losing 4 there and their mid tower. And they really wanted to try to utilize those Shaman wards early on to take towers.
And instead, they've only taken 1 safe lane tower so far. I noticed this about Secret in like the previous patch, that they were one of those teams that was willing to like mass rotate to defend their safe lane tower. They seem to have become, at least in this tournament anyway, the best tower defenders.
Oh yeah, for sure. They're very quick about it. And it's really, what they're really good about is like sending heroes that are supposed to be in front.
Yeah.
Like Ogre dies there, sure, but he'll just buy back. It costs him 200 gold. He can reset the fight for himself. You want to get through a Tidehunter to get our tower? He'll ravage you and we'll all TP in.
Right. How do you defeat that style of Dota?
I think there are ways. You either match up better against them, like core to core, or you pick a lineup that can punish them and try to push the pace as fast as you possibly can.
Yeah.
And all of these things are, again, easier said than done, as they've been utilizing this throughout the season.
Would I be correct in saying like game 1 was an example of trying to take a faster pace, and game 2 is matching cores?
Yes, precisely. I think that OG realized their style last game was just...
Seb, he's gonna try and help out Jay. Pull away by changes, maybe damage, but they are. I'll not go for me. It's got 2 health bars. Pretty hard to beat that. Once again, that mid tower is defended.
But yeah, I think last game they were trying to just like punish the greed. I mean, there was so much greed on that team. And this time around, they were like, well, those kinds of all-in lineups, they're not very fun to play when you don't have a dominant laning phase. Like when you can't just roll them, take all the tier 1 towers. So OG probably figures they need better ways to just hit towers in general. And they just needed more of a mid-game playstyle where they weren't so reliant on ultis for damage. But they're in a different position now where they're just item dependent, so they need a farm.
Yeah, it's like that mid-tier 1 tower going down. Like they want to take Secret's mid tower, but they don't necessarily have to, like last game, right?
Yeah.
Because they have this scaling troll and Phantom Lancer.
Dire structures are fortified.
I mean, they clearly think that 6-slot for 6-slot, maybe their PL just wins out. With his defusal, he'll burn out the Morph's mana. Obviously, it's not as important as it used to be, but it's still pretty annoying for Morph not to be able to make plays. Seb gets ported down here.
Yeah, let the the former coach, now off laner, farm up that bottom lane, but the pick off on top lane, that's gonna hurt a lot. The Phantom Lancer, who Anna, who was farming so well, he had a Diffuser Blade, he was getting close to a Manta, but now that's been shut down. 40 seconds, they get him, and in return, OG look at bottom lane, try and get aggressive. They run into mid one, but they can't actually fight him. Not with just a Sand King and a Chen anyway. And it seems like Thompson can't really fight Nisha either. Anytime that the troll tries to turn around and fight the Morphling, Nisha just turns into a troll himself. Now Waveform with the Inkswell pick off on No Tail. Secret, they're beginning to snowball things here. They've already got a 6,000 net worth lead. Pickoff after pickoff is happening.
Without the Manta, it's so easy for them to just continuously punish this PL.
Yeah. So they're going to need just a bit of time. Meanwhile, Zai has made a pretty complete comeback here, I would say. Phase Boot, Soul Ring, and Blink Dagger by 20 minutes.
Oh,
and another successful spear on Anna. The Chen heal wasn't even close to saving the carry of OG.
It feels like whenever Anna steps out, he just dies.
Yeah.
This is starting to get real. And they might even just go into Roshan. Nisha could do it real quick.
And he was probably expecting them to head up to top lane, right?
Yeah.
So he thinks to himself, oh, I'll be able to farm up mid. Now Thompson's going to get caught as well.
This three-man death squad from Secret, just Zai, Puppy, and Yapzor is just doing way too much work right now. And with the DD, Morph just going to walk in. It's going to get spotted here. And they watched the last game. Unlucky for OG, but Secret saw.
Yeah, they're going to make sure there's no afterlife shenanigans here. No Sand King to steal away this Aegis. And they will get it very peacefully.
20-minute mark, Aegis on this Morph, 7k up. They just can't afford to lose Anna again. He really needs to recover his game.
Just keep the urn on him. They get one good stroke of fate. Seb might go down and reveals himself as he pops the magic wand, does get hit by the stroke, and the last couple of ticks of the urn, not quite enough, is the Tranquil Boost started kicking in. Now he's going to be able to stop the Grimstroke from TPing away, and they've got the Chain Disables here to make sure he doesn't cast any more spells. Seb is going to take some damage though. Fire Blast as well as the Ignite is enough. Trading out 3 position for the 4 position. They are behind, I guess, so maybe OG isn't that sad about it.
Yeah, it kind of evens out in gold, honestly.
Yeah. Nisha just is never really afraid of that troll, at least not now. Maybe a little bit later, another great spear into the tier 1 tower. Zai showing the proficiency of this Blink Dagger. Now gonna throw down the arena to make sure Thompson can't go anywhere. He does manage to get off the battle trance, but it's just delaying the inevitable at this point.
Zai's been so beastly with this Mars post-laning phase.
Yeah.
Him and the 2 supports have just been running around killing cores non-stop. Wherever Thompson and Anna show up, they're instantly there. And is hiding in this tree line. Just get spotted here. Don't know.
I'm not sure what he's gonna do
double
with
down.
this. Zai knows which one is real. Actually blinking over, thinking it's an illusion was going to be an opportunity. The Sand King inside the Sandstorm now going to be forced out of it. Somebody finish him off. That'll be Zai.
And he actually guessed wrong. But they're still going to grab the tower as a result of this E-Blade fully complete on this Morphling. The timing might just be too fast here. Seb buys back. He does have the ulti.
Lone Druid
that's so
chopping
quick.
down tower so quickly. Do you manage to get the soul bind? Not the double Phantom's Embrace, but a double spear! A stroke and a spear, that's all it takes to explode OG, and as well as the melee barracks, apparently. Nisha drops a little bit though, but now the fire onto the troll. He's been ensnared up. He pops Manta, try and get away. He doesn't have battle trance. The arena goes down, finishing off the troll, bouncing Jerix into the wall. He's gonna die as well.
They're just going
Secret are just diving in. No Tail's gonna get shotgunned down. And Anna, well, he's left alive, but now he's been fire blasted. Silence up, does manage to get a doppelganger back inside the fountain. Secret do need to be a little bit careful here and not try and overextend themselves too much into the fountain. They're all alive. They're all going to heal up, and now they're going to focus on a second lane of barracks. They did so well for themselves around that 15-minute marker. There was no tier 2 left in that bottom lane. Another jump forward, another pick off.
This happens in a hurry. And it all just comes down to this 3-man roaming squad. They've made so much space.
They're just going for it.
Yeah, there's no spells up. Seb does have his ulti, but
I mean, it said Nisha had a, was an E-Blade like 6 minutes faster than normal or something. And it's definitely catching OG by surprise as Thompson. TP's in aggressively here. A lot of them are low on health or low on mana for Team Secret, so at least OG will be able to hold here, but losing 2 lanes of barracks as well as a tier 4 before the 25-minute marker. 20,000 net worth lead for Team Secret.
so I was wrong. This game is much worse than the last one.
Yeah, it really is. It got worse in a hurry.
Yes.
That win percentage went from pretty much even. It was actually an OG's favorite for a while.
I mean, I thought it was fine until
slightly Secret.
It was when they just started losing core after core after core. It felt like everyone went on permanent tilt mode. You saw when Ana died at bottom, and he runs back bottom again, dies again. They catch him mid twice, they catch him top. Just this 3-man group. Thompson tries to take down the mid tower by himself. He gets caught twice, he gets pinned to the wall.
Now he's got a Crimson Guard. Meanwhile, Seb is still working on that Yules. This is
Radiant bottom shrine is under attack.
gotta be a bit disconcerting for OG. They just lost control of the game so quickly in an elimination game at that, as they had already lost the first game against Team Secret.
And now there's an AC complete too. Ana does have the Manta now, but
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
be too little too late.
And this is exactly why Secret is so feared. This season of DPC, man, Team Secret has been getting crazy good.
I mean, you look at their lineups and you're like, how do we punish this?
Yeah.
There should be a way to make this happen as Ana.
Or they always get this great to work for them.
They know.
Doppelganger does manage to spear an illusion instead of the actual real PO, but it doesn't matter. He can't get out of the arena. Secret will find the real one eventually.
3 and 6 this game. They've just hunted him down relentlessly, and this is going to be where they go for it right now. Is there are outer towers available, which will reset the glyph for themselves.
Yeah.
They still have it up, but
It's tier 1, tier 2, and the shrine up there. There's also going to be Roshan. That's something that Team Secret could chill out and wait for if they really wanted to. The Burrow Strike out from Seb, leading things off and a blink away. But maybe he didn't blink far enough away as the Ogre managed to get on top of him. Yule's Scepter to be able to get rid of that silence of the Phantom's Embrace. Dodging the Inks well as well. Jarek's just making sure that everybody does get out successfully.
and 3 from Secret. I mean, they're just kind of roving together. A lot of synergy there too.
Dire's middle tower looks to be
While their other 2 cores are just hitting the base. Take the tier 2 tower. I mean, feasibly, you can just take all these shrines and go for the Roshan. There's no real rush for them as the mid tower finally does fall. Jarek's committed the ultimate for that now, but we'll take it out.
Satanic for Nisha. I guess he feels like he can't really get locked down. It's pretty much, oh, great soulbind. He's going to be able to lock the 2 of them together. Seb is stuck on top of the cliff right now when Nisha says hello with a Burrow Strike of his own. No tail. Going to be chased down by Sai, who just goes ahead and throws out the arena because why not? They've already picked off the important heroes in Sand King and Troll.
Wasn't the score really close at one point?
Yes.
Now it's 11-31. Secret's averaging like more than a kill a minute.
Team Secret never get too far ahead of themselves. Back up, regroup, and
Just gonna hit this tower as Nisha has his own little sandstorm. Seb, 10 seconds left on him, but this should...
wow, but mid one, he's gonna be able to get away with it. Hard things in the Inkswell, now they're just beating down the real Ana. Nisha always seems to find the real one, and now the spear onto the Troll, locking him inside of the... Like, that was the closest thing to a shutout that we're gonna see today, I think.
That, I mean, that's